What does the best returner of all time, Novak Djokovic, focus on when he's returning serve, even when he gets beat? Well, I'm going to share that with you in today's lesson. My name is Jeff Salzenstein. I'm the founder of Tennis Evolution, one of the leading online tennis instruction websites in the world. And in today's video lesson, I have footage of Novak Djokovic in a practice set at the Australian Open. And this is exciting footage because this was taken off of a mobile device from a friend of mine. He sent it to me, and I decided to break down Novak Djokovic's serve even when he doesn't get the ball back. Because it's important to understand what's going on even when the best returners in the world can't even get the ball back, because you can start to do what he does on the court and improve your game. So let's get into this video right now and watch this first serve return. And Djokovic barely gets a racket on it. So let's point out some of the things that I like, maybe some things that he could do better, but overall you can see what a master he is even when he gets beat on the serve. First off, I want you to notice the wide base. The feet are wider, much wider than shoulder width apart. Now, as a passionate, committed player yourself, you're going to have the leg strength to be able to get into a wide base like this. I want you to also notice that his upper body is very erect and balanced. So it's almost like he's in this wide base, and it's almost like he's forming a triangle. This is a solid base of support with the lower body, and then he's upright with the upper body. I want you to also notice that the outside foot is in line with the single sideline. So he's playing a right-handed player who's actually standing pretty far wide for singles. He's not standing right on the singles midline there, on the baseline. He's standing out a bit. And so, if anything, Djokovic should be standing out wider to take away the wide serve. But now watch what happens as the ball is tossed in the air. Watch what Djokovic does. He does a slight step forward with his right foot, and then he actually split steps in the direction of the right. Now, I have a video where I talk about the Agassi split step, where Agassi actually moves towards the middle of the court as he's splitting. In this case, Djokovic is moving to the right, but what's important to realize here is that he's actually splitting to the right instead of splitting up and down, and that is something that you can do yourself. Now, as soon as he comes down, notice how he immediately loads the outside leg, and then he immediately takes his offhand off the racket. This is not like a regular ground stroke where you keep the offhand on the racket longer. You separate on a fast serve. Also notice how the racket face is closed. It's not like he's taking a big loop. The racket face is closed. And notice this shin angle. The shin is almost parallel to the baseline. It means he's going to get a huge push. Look at the lunge. Look at the ground that's covered right here. Incredible. Okay? Now, most players can't do this. If you're going to try to do this tomorrow, good luck, because you need leg strength. Now, you can do a mini version of it, but I see too many players at lower levels try to take many steps to get to the ball. But against a fast, wide serve, you only have time to load and explode out like that and land on the front foot. This is called the back-to-front footwork pattern. Notice how his racket does a mini buggy whip here on the right side of his body. He doesn't go across the body. And then when he finishes in a very wide base. Now, he's not very balanced here. I'd like to see him more balanced. But again, notice the wide base. Most players are very narrow. Now, let's watch what happens when he finishes. So he just turns, and he keeps the racket in his right hand. He doesn't change hands, and he just walks to the other side to prepare to return. One thing I like right here, and this is a subtle thing that a lot of players don't do, is when he gets to the ad side here, the opponent is walking up, he actually moves back. See how he moves back? And then he touches his hat, he touches the side of his shorts, and then now, as the player comes up to the baseline, now he walks back up again. So it's this up and back movement that is a great routine, something I used to do when I played on the tour. If only I could have returned as well as Novak Djokovic. But I like this up and back movement to prepare to return. Another thing I want you to notice is the distance between the baseline and where he's standing. He's a good 6 to 8 feet behind the baseline. A lot of coaches might tell you to take returns early. Well, here's the best returner in the world who has great hand-eye coordination, respecting the big serve and standing deeper in the court. He assumes his wide base again. Let's watch this point. Big ace down the tee. So let's look at this. Same thing here. He does a little jab step with his right foot, and then he splits, but this time he splits more up and down. He's not guessing as much this time. Why is that? I think it's because he doesn't need to take away the wide slice like he does in the deuce court. But it looks almost like he was fooled because he comes down and he looks like he's almost leaning just a tad to the left. And then that's just enough to be late on the move. And he does at least load this leg and step across a little bit, but he was totally fooled on the serve. Now, what this shows me is that here Novak Djokovic is arguably the best returner in the world, save Andre Agassi. And he just got beat twice in a row to lose the game. And yet, he's going to win most of the matches that he plays, because he's not going to sweat the small stuff if he gets aced a couple times. He knows he can back it up with his serve game, and he knows he's going to get his racket on the ball in future games. But I just want you to know, even the best returners in the world get beat on the return. And you're going to get beat as well. The key is to start to implement some of these tips. See if you can get in a wider base. See if you can push off and use the back to footwork pattern. Find the proper spacing in relation to the baseline where you're going to return serve. In between points, you can move up and back a little bit. But try to take some of the gems that I've given you in this video to help you with your return of serve game. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give us a thumbs up, share this video with others, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications. Ring that bell, okay? And before you go, I've got a free gift to offer you today. I'm really excited to give you a free instructional tennis course inside our proprietary Tennis Evolution app. So you can use the app on your mobile device to learn faster. You're going to be able to watch the lessons easily on the court. It's like having me as your coach in your pocket, and you get a free course with lessons on the serve, the forehand, footwork, singles and doubles strategies. I can't wait to see you on the inside. Click the link in the description below or somewhere in this video to get access to that free course inside the Tennis Evolution app.